Hot, crispy, and packed with flavor, processed foods dominate our grocery aisles, our kitchens, and our daily meals. From instant noodles to frozen dinners, they promise quick, easy solutions for our busy lives. But behind the convenience lies a hidden danger. What if the foods we trust are the very things slowly destroying our health? For decades, food companies have engineered processed meals to be cheaper, tastier, and more addictive. But what they don't tell us is the real cost, one measured not in dollars, but in years of our lives. To understand how processed food took over our plates, we need to go back to the moment food stopped being food. Processed food isn't a new idea. For centuries, people have preserved their meals using salt, drying, and fermentation. But everything changed in the early 20th century, when food became a product, designed not for nourishment, but for profit. During World War II, governments needed food that could last on long journeys, feeding soldiers in distant battlefields. The solution? Canned goods, freeze-dried meals, and synthetic ingredients that extended shelf life. These wartime rations were built for survival, not nutrition. When the war ended, food companies had a problem. They had built massive factories to feed armies, but now those armies were gone. The solution? Sell these industrialized foods to the public. The 1950s saw the rise of frozen dinners, boxed cereals, and instant soups. Housewives embraced them as the modern way to eat, faster, easier, and more efficient than ever before. But no one asked what was inside. As food became more processed, something changed. It wasn't just the packaging, it was the ingredients. The fresh, whole foods that people once relied on were slowly being replaced by artificial chemicals, preservatives, and fillers. Take a look at any processed food label today. What you'll see isn't food, it's a science experiment. Artificial colors make food look fresher. Flavor enhancers make cheap ingredients taste better. Preservatives keep food on the shelf for years. Many of these additives have been linked to serious health risks. Sodium nitrate, found in processed meats, is a known carcinogen. Artificial dyes like Red 40 have been banned in other countries due to their effects on brain development. High fructose corn syrup, found in everything from sodas to salad dressings, is a major driver of obesity and diabetes. Yet, despite these risks, these ingredients remain legal, approved by regulatory agencies, and hidden in almost every processed product on store shelves. And the consequences? They're devastating. 50 years ago, obesity rates were a fraction of what they are today. Heart disease was far less common. Diabetes was rare. But as processed food consumption skyrocketed, so did chronic illness. The reason? It's not just about calories, it's about addiction. Food scientists have carefully crafted processed foods to trigger the brain's pleasure centers, using the perfect balance of sugar, salt, and fat. The result? We crave more, eat more, and struggle to stop. Take potato chips. The crunch, the saltiness, the hit of flavor. It's all designed to keep you reaching for the next bite. Fast food burgers, engineered for maximum satisfaction, melting in your mouth at the exact rate that makes you want another. Even so-called healthy snacks, protein bars, diet sodas, low-fat yogurts are loaded with artificial sweeteners that trick the brain into wanting more. It's no accident. It's by design. But here's the most disturbing part. The food industry knows exactly what they're doing. For decades, they've used deceptive marketing to keep us hooked. Low-fat labels tricked us into eating more sugar. Whole grain cereals masked the reality of refined flour and added sugars. Fortified vitamins gave the illusion of health, even when the food itself was ultra-processed junk. In the 1960s, the sugar industry secretly paid scientists to blame fat for heart disease, shifting attention away from sugar's role in the epidemic. That misinformation shaped dietary guidelines for generations, pushing millions toward highly processed, low-fat, high-carb diets, fueling obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. And the cycle continues. Governments allow these products to flood the market, subsidizing processed food while fresh, whole foods remain expensive and inaccessible. Lobbyists protect corporate interests, ensuring that health warnings are buried, regulations are weak, and the public remains uninformed. But we don't have to stay trapped. Escaping the processed food cycle isn't easy. It requires a shift, not just in diet, but in awareness. It means questioning what we eat, reading labels, and demanding better from the food industry. It means choosing whole, unprocessed foods whenever possible, cooking more at home, understanding that real food doesn't need a long list of ingredients, because food should nourish us, not harm us. The fight against processed food starts with knowledge. By understanding what's really in our food and how it affects our health, we can take back control. It's not about giving up everything we love. It's about making informed choices, one meal at a time. Every meal is a choice. Every choice is a step. The question is, will we take it? Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement